these wheels. I'm really in the mood today. I'm a former scientist, now on wheels. And I was discouraged by you.
Please welcome Head of Developer Relations, Nick Moores, and Principal Product Manager, Joe Lee.
Yeah! Oh my God. Hot crowd, hot crowd. Is everybody good? You good?
All right.
Yes, all right. Welcome, 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 and thank you so much for being here. We had some pretty gnarly projects, pretty awesome stuff. Joe, how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling awesome. This was crazy, the amount of technology that was here this year. So it was absolutely amazing what you built.
Crazy pants. Welcome, folks, to the awards ceremony. If I could get a slide up for our sponsors, we want to give a huge, huge shout out to our hackathon sponsors, Google Cloud, AWS, Deloitte, Keynotes, and PwC.
Thank you.
We couldn't do it without you. And of course, a thank you to our DevCon sponsors again. Thank you very, very much. All right, folks, we have run the numbers. We ended up with the biggest hackathon of all time. Joe, read them off for us, baby.
362 hackers, by far our biggest hackathon yet.
Holy moly.
52 competitive teams, 98%, almost 100 people on the learner track. Absolutely amazing stuff.
Boom. Roasted. Amazing. And 211 apps built, over 13,000 input prompts to developer agent, just over 5,000 app components generated. We got there, baby. And over 118,000 tool calls.
Crazy, over MCP, absolutely.
Super awesome.
We also have apps, 3,000 builds. In less than a day, 3,000 app builds, 400 objects created, 39 BPs created.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Love to see it.
All right, Joe, how about you take the agents one?
Agents.
You feel strongly about
200, almost 250 agents built in less than 24 hours. Crazy stuff. Absolutely awesome. This is what's even more nuts. Over 100,000 agent invocations. Going a little quick there, Nick.
Yeah,
I'm reading that
feeling
last
good.
number.
Feeling happy.
A lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. Also, super excited. Agent Ready Tools, our new MCP tool offering. I can't even read that. 28,000. 28,000 tool invocations. Look at all those tools. Those were the top 5 that were up there. Staffing workers, skills, all kinds of great stuff. Really good. Really good.
Yeah. You have LASIK, right? You're good.
I'm good.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. And agent actions, 39 connected accounts, 60 new agent actions via Orchestrate, 42 pipe dream connectors, and over 1,000 actions called. Ah, yeah. Okay, this one's pretty cool,
Yes,
Joe.
A to UI. Almost 2,000 UI elements generated with A to UI. Huge uptake, absolutely awesome stuff.
Yeah, huge shout out to the team that made that happen. It was
Yes.
down to the wire. That feature is amazing.
Big shout out, Justin Head, got that across the finish line. The rest
Good
of the
job,
team was
buddy.
absolutely awesome. Great
If you
job.
know, you know.
Great job.
How perfect is this? Agent Passport, 707, 707 stamps issued,
700
baby.
stamps on the brand new Agent Pass. We announced that. What day is it today? It's Wednesday.
I have no
it's
idea.
Thursday.
It's
2
Thursday?
days ago. We announced that
Thursday.
We announced it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
2 days later, we have 700 stamps issued across all of those agents. Awesome stuff.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, now we get to the fun stuff with Data Cloud. Yeah, they're into
Data
it.
Cloud team.
1.1 million records processed using live data query. Does that count things going on Jahan's badge? I don't know. And over 279 million inquiries made via Workday Data Cloud connectors. Absolutely nuts. 279,000. Words are hard.
Words are hard. Yeah, numbers are hard.
Numbers are harder.
A lot of numbers on these slides, Nick.
Yeah, I know. I know. We're doing well. All right. So
Yes.
this is the really, really fun stuff, right? So you just saw you had absolutely bonkers usage of the platform. Super proud of you. And we have some special shout outs for teams that really raised the bar in some very awesome ways. So first up, Joe, who do we got?
We have the Robot Overlords. This award is for the team that had the most agents built. That winner
Drum
is
roll is
Cold-blooded. 17
Yeah.
agents. One team made 17 agents.
Very nice.
Congrats, Robot Overlord.
We're so proud of you. All right. You want to cue it up
Am
for
I
me,
doing
buddy?
this? Oh, Nick, what do we have next for tools, Nick?
Okay, Tool Whisperers, most Workday MCP tool calls. We were saying this could be tool time.
Tool time was a
Tool
good one.
time
Yeah, wow,
goes
lot of
to
good
Little Bit of Agent. 5.9 thousand.
6,000 tool calls.
Oh, my word.
Goodness, what are they doing in Workday?
Impressive.
Holy cow.
Impressive. Next up, Joe.
Call my agent. This
Yeah?
is a good one. Most agent actions using Orchestrate. Team Automate.
Hey-o.
Almost 200 agent actions called. Awesome.
Well
Awesome.
done. Well done. You'd love to see it. Next up, Passport Control. Most agents scanned by Agent Passport. Give it up for Cold-Blooded.
Stamps all over the place.
Stamps
You got stopped
everywhere.
at Passport Control in Ireland. I was there for that.
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
fun day.
Yeah, Joe said we could, or Jay said we could teeter on orange.
We can teeter on
Let's just
orange,
say there's somebody with my exact same name that apparently has done some not so great things. So I get to spend another half hour with folks.
Yeah, that was fun. I watching Nick get whisked away by border.
with my Irish sheep and my Irish whiskey.
It was fun. It was a
all
sight.
it all worked
It was a
out in
sight,
the end.
yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But if we are traveling back to the U.S. together, we'll just allot like another 20 minutes.
Nick, what's the next one here?
All right,
Live data.
the live data lassoers, most records processed by live data query. Who is it, Joe?
It is Tau Team Agentic Orchestrators.
Yeah!
It gave me the biggest name there. That was great.
Amazing, amazing. what
Holy
you've
cow,
done
almost 1 million
with
there.
that live
That's
data.
great.
All right, the token maxers, and thank you for putting that extra X in there, with the heaviest development agent use. Give it up for Control Alt Elite. Excellent, excellent work. All right, we have.
Still rolling, still going.
I know. There's
Busy
so much good
Builders,
stuff.
most traffic on the network.
Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah,
this
they
is
were really
good.
excited about this one.
Yes.
All right, who was it? Payday,
Payday
Wizards! Very nicely done. All right, now, some special shout outs. Thank you to our top 5 hack
Give
experts.
a hand to the experts.
Karen Rosenthal, Hayden
hand to the
McGrath, Kevin
experts.
Howe,
Absolutely.
Obina Equino, and Shreya Dandon. I see you. Great, great, great work.
Now, Nick, we have something special, though. These are
Extra
the top,
special.
But we have something extra special.
Yeah, for the next
For the
2
top
minutes or
expert.
so, you'll see we set Tony loose with a 3D printer,
Yeah.
and we'll find out what happened. But seriously, this top hack expert award coming up goes to someone that really has become like the king of hack expertise. Would you say?
Maybe the Witch King.
Maybe the Witch King,
The King.
the king. With
All
that,
right, let's bring him out.
bring
Who
him
is
out.
it?
We're gonna give it up
Who is
to
it?
our
Who is it?
top hack expert.
Top hack expert. Could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
Christian Hopkins, everyone! I am Christian! Wow! Big
Give it
reveal!
up, Christian.
Excellent. Excellent. Nicely done. I love the music too. Seriously. To know him is to love him. Great job, Christian. Let's give it up for Christian again, everybody. And Tony, good job on that.
Yeah, great job, Tony.
Now, from the deepest part of my heart, I just want to give a very special recognition. It's a brand new award this year, the He Did a Ton of Work Award, because DevCon really is happening because of one man who went over and above for like months.
Team effort, weeks.
Team effort,
Months,
weeks.
months.
But extra super duper special shout out to Mr. Joe Lee. And I'm just Joe. It's not my looks, it's what I know. Now, is Joe, it my destiny to live and die a life of bald fragility? I don't know what happens with my brain on airplanes, but I wrote this for you, buddy.
What is this?
So, we didn't want your head to get cold. Tony has made you hair. Yeah!
Oh my God. Yes.
What an
Thank you.
honor. You don't have to wear
man.
that
Thank you. No, yes,
if
I
you don't
do.
want to.
That looks
Okay.
so good.
Yeah.
I lost all my hair preparing for the DevCon.
Yeah.
So it's great to have it back now.
Yeah.
It all fell out.
I swear, Tony loves you so much. He was so excited
How
about this.
good I look.
Yeah.
This is great.
And he knows you well enough to know that it was gonna fit. I love the seam too. It's like
so
a roller
real.
coaster.
It's so real.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
Lego hair.
Can't even
Lego
tell.
hair.
Oh,
And I
this
think
is
that
great.
we can do more for different expressions too. Like, wowza.
Yeah, my head's getting warm though. Is this how it is with hair? Like
It is. It is.
I usually have a nice cool draft going over. Okay.
I know, you
Thank
got spoiled.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Tony.
Quite welcome.
Thank you for the hair. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate
Yeah. Sorry
it.
for
Team effort for everybody.
Team effort for
Thank you.
everybody, seriously. The agent platform team went absolutely nuts.
Thank you.
In particular, the last couple weeks. Seriously,
Yes. Yep.
great job. Okay. Now, I believe we have a very special video that will play about this hackathon event. I think. It says toss to video. It's gonna
Today,
do it.
builders from across Workday came together with one mission: to turn ideas into innovation, to push the platform, solve real problems, and build what's next.
The learner track appeared, so I thought, hey, there's a great opportunity. I'm excited at the just the number of hours that I've got to just dive in, see what I can see, build what I can build.
This is the biggest DevCon we would have ever seen. The kind of announcements, the kind of releases that Workday has made.
You know, the engagement, the connection with the community, having access to the product team, being able to answer those questions directly, you know, face to face, see where everybody else is in their journey. Developing those relationships, I think, is what's bringing me back.
This is what happens when builders, designers, and dreamers rally around a challenge.
I think this is also why I love DevCon so much, because, you know, like yesterday we saw the keynote, and then today we actually get to play with it. And you don't get that at many conferences. When you develop on a platform like Workday, sometimes you're like at home you might feel like you're developing a bit on an island, but then here you have this community. And also, you know, like you come and talk to these people who have such deep knowledge, so you can figure out like better ways to do things and all of these exciting new possibilities.
Our judges took the impossible task, evaluating innovation in real time. From the first line of code to the final pitch, teams stepped into the spotlight to share their boldest ideas.
Doing this in a couple of days, like going from learning the hands-on labs to then, you know, building something entirely new with it in the hackathon. Like it's such a concentrated burst of learning. So definitely worth it for us.
Tonight, we celebrate the builders, the learners, the ideas that reimagine what Workday can do for our customers and our community. This is the Workday Hackathon, and these are your 2026 Hackathon Awards.
Woo! Hacking! All right, how cool was that, everybody? Thank you to the media team for making that happen, and special shout out to our learners. Are there any learners, learner track in the room?
Yes.
Give it up.
Yes. Great work. Great work.
Great job.
All right, Nick, big moment.
Big moment. The one we've all been waiting for. So while that video was going, we were crunching some numbers, and we have come up with the top 10 teams that will present on stage today. Keep in mind, we will show 10 teams. It wasn't necessarily in this order. Don't worry about the order. But if you do see your name, you can be super duper excited, and then make sure to head on backstage. Our handlers will guide you there safely. Look, there's Obina. Obina will walk you back there. And if you have a machine to demo from, please make sure to bring that too. They will take good care of you. It's going to be super awesome.
How are they going to demo without a computer? Like
it's in the computer, Joe.
The files are.
The files are in the computer.
Are in the computer.
Yes.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's do it. The top 10 teams. Let's start with the AWOO Club, table 50. All right, next up, Team Titans, table 28.
Team Titans, let's go. Great job. Hacker Jacks, head on back.
Interlay of the Land, table 22.
Tau, Team Agentic Orchestrators, table 43, head on back.
Answer to the ultimate question, table 42.
Hackstars, table 11.
The Pickles, table 47.
And 28 sprints later. That's good.
I like it.
28 sprints later, head on back.
Table 46. And then finally, rounding us out, Zero Legacy, table 4. Give it up for our top 10 teams, everybody.
They will all be presenting in that order coming up.
Yep. So we will take a brief respite while they get everybody ready. Enjoy the tunage. Hang out. We are going to have an amazing show for you. Hang on tight.
Stick
We will
around.
see
Thanks.
you soon.
It didn't lead nowhere. I will go along with someone like you. It doesn't matter what you did, who you were hanging with. We could stick around and see this night through. And we don't care about the young folks talking about the young side. And we don't care about the old folks talking about the old.
Please welcome back Nick Moores and Joe Lee.
Oh! Dude, Joe, how's it feel?
Feels awesome. I didn't take it off backstage.
I know.
Like,
Can
legit.
you show them underneath? It's like an actual
Oh, it's an
Lego.
actual Lego head.
You can pop. right
Yeah.
there.
Looks so good.
Oh, dude, you look
It's
amazing.
my major award.
I know. Honestly, brother, super handsome. Super handsome.
All right, let's do it, Nick.
Let's do it. Okay. Folks, remember what's on the line. We got third, second, first place prizes, beautiful trophies for the winners, as well as $500, $300, and $200 gift cards.
For each hacker.
For each hacker.
on the team. Yes.
Oh, my word. And then crowd vote, not to be forgotten, you will get $50 in Workday Store credit. Nothing to sneeze at.
That's right.
Now, if we could welcome our fabulous final round judges, Ronnie Johnson, Chief Information Officer,
Mark Woolen, Partner Innovation.
Jennifer Serrato, CTO of Platform,
Lionel Liger, sales, North Sales. I
North
couldn't
American
see, I couldn't
Sales,
see,
Joe.
My eyes are tired.
and
SVP Global Sales,
Mr. Jay Wizarkowski, GM of Developer
Welcome to our
Platform.
judges.
Thank you to our fabulous judges for being here.
I butchered your titles. I'm sorry, everybody.
Joe loves you still.
I do.
Yeah. All right, judges, in case you've forgotten, what we would like you to keep in mind, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to keep in mind the team's business value, innovation, use of new technology, and of course, wow factor.
Right.
Now, without further ado, we're gonna get to it. Our top 10 teams. Joe, you know, my legs are feeling a little bit tired, buddy.
Yeah, my dogs are barking.
A little
Sit down,
creaky.
man.
I think we should take a rest, sit back, relax, and let him at it.
I've been looking forward to this the entire DevCon.
The entire DevCon.
Sitting
All right.
in the Lazy Boys. I'm so psyched. You have
Enough from us. Let's let this first team take it away. You guys ready? All right, let's do it. Give it up for the Awoo
Give it up,
Club.
Club. Everybody clap.
Hi, we are the Awoo Club, and we are the TechWolf partner team. And if there's one thing that we know after today's hackathon is that agents accelerate our work massively. And I'm going to let you see the video right here. But basically, the agents, and well, we'll get to that later, but basically, the agents accelerate us massively. But if there's one small issue there, it's that they actually take so many tokens. And actually, the tokens are also getting more and more expensive. So this is actually landing a lot of companies in quite a bit of trouble. Like you see, there's companies out there that are spending hundreds of millions on tokens, and it's only just the start of the year. Like, this is getting worse. And this is giving a lot of people anxiety. So there's employees who see their work being cut off mid-task, like when they're working on something important. There's also managers who are in fear that they're wasting money on useless things. And also executives, they get this gigantic bill, and they have no idea what the money was actually spent on. So that's why we built the token planning agent. And the token planning agent helps you understand and govern the work that your AI budget flows to. So first off, it helps unblock employees by giving them smart token grants. Secondly, it helps managers to allocate the budget to the work that matters most. And then it gives executives the full auditable view of what has been happening. Of course, it's all tested and verified with the agent passport. Now, how does it work? So first off, the agent gets a continuous view of all the work that's happening. So through agent telemetry, but also work intelligence data, it gets a view of every task that is performed in a company, whether it was done by a person or an agent, and at what cost. Then on the employee side, if employees run out of tokens when working on something, the agent can proactively give them more tokens when they're working on something critical. But employees can also take matters in their own hands. So through Workday or through their favorite tool, through the MCP, they can request an additional grant. And if that grant gets escalated, of course, it ends up with the manager. And the manager can handle that request, but more importantly, the manager can also act proactively. So we have an integration through Pipedream with Slack and Jira that allows the agent to understand the current state of the project and identify any issues, and then it can propose concrete actions to allocate tokens to work that should be sped up. And thanks to A2UI, basically, that is a one-click resolution to apply that budget. Finally, on the executive side, we really want those executives to have the full view of what is happening with full auditability in their own environment. So through A2A, we put that all in Gemini Enterprise where they can bring that data to the business. Now, none of this would be possible without the Workday technology that was just announced, but we'd love for you to see it for yourself.
All right, so in this demo, I am Dylan, and I'm an AI engineer working at GMS. I'm working on an AI model for a very important client, and I've used already a lot of tokens to get this done, and I'm worried that I won't have enough tokens or that I will run out before the project is finished. So through Cloud Code, I can now make a request to Workday for additional tokens. Behind the scenes, it's going to trigger an orchestration that's going to determine what the work is associated with this request, as well as whether the work or the request is still within the allocated budget, and then it will automatically approve. In this scenario, it was over the budget, so it's escalated to the manager, where it lands within Workday on their desk. Now, as a manager, I can immediately approve it here, but I have a limited budget, and I have initiatives that I need to accomplish. So I really want to go to the Token Budget Hub, where I can see a full view of the total token budget of my team, as well as how much is still left over, and where we're leveraging it the most over different pieces of work. I can also see all the open requests that I can very easily approve with a couple of clicks. Now, this is great, but this is a bit reactive. I really want to be proactive in optimizing our token allocation across people and across work. So with the token planning agent, I can ask some things, like, for example, how can I speed up our Q4 release? And the agent has determined that Q4 is at risk because one epic in Jira is blocking the release. It immediately makes some recommendations for changes to the allocation, where certain pieces of work are going to get more, and they can immediately also apply it through A2UI. Now, this is great, and it gives a lot of freedom to employees and a lot of empowerment to managers to manage their tokens, but this requires a lot of buy-in from senior leadership to actually make work in a large organization. So imagine that I'm the CFO, I get a lot of pressure from the board to justify our token spend, and I have an upcoming QPR where I need to answer these questions. What I can do is in Gemini, I can connect through A2A to the token planning agent that will then give me the relevant data on budget and actual token spend and actual token use that I can then use also in Gemini to create a slide for my next QBR that shows where I'm leveraging tokens the most, as well as how I compare to the market. With this, I can go to the board with the right questions and the right answers, and I can sleep well knowing that my tokens are well spent.
All right.
All right, give it up.
Give it up for the AWOO Club. Right on
Great
time,
job,
right on
guys.
time.
Great job,
Excellent,
great job.
excellent, excellent job. Next up, we have Team Titans. Team Titans.
Table 28.
Feeling good? You ready?
All good, thanks.
All right.
Take it away.
We'll pop a squat.
Hey everyone, nice to see you. We are the Tenant Titans, and we are a Google and Deloitte powered team. With our team up on site, we have online developers, we had Google Cloud support. You might have caught them at the booth. It took a village. So I don't know if anyone here remembers a recent start date that might have been a bit cold. You might have, especially this post-COVID hybrid era, if you stayed at home with your laptop, you didn't even meet anyone, no office tour, just did some sad little e-learnings online, and you just felt like a little fish in a big pond. So what we want to do is we want no more day one disappointment. Meeting your Workday welcome committee. So how this works is the hire BP a couple of days before the onboarding event, so before your new joiner actually hits the system. It's going to send some notes to your teammates, so their new manager, maybe their buddy, and some colleagues to give them a warm welcome. So rather than like a black and white text mail chain, you're going to do that via Extend and take it further. So you're also using some agents to scrape some information from the tenant, like job profile details, org profile details, different things like that, and we're shipping all that down to GenAI video generation. So we're going to use the worker photos, and we're going to use the Gemini tool VO to create that video generation and give that warm welcome. We also have an onboarding agent to act as a buddy, so no such thing as a silly question, but on day one you want to put your best foot forward, so you can ask any of your silly first day questions to this agent and save face. So at the end you meet with friendly faces, you get a chance to schedule your team one-on-ones to introduce yourself, and that's connected to Calendar and Drive, and you get all your questions answered from the get-go. So how we did this was with Extend, Orchestrate, we used Developer Agent a lot, system of record, flow-wise. We connected all this down to Gemini, to VO, and to that calendar and Drive to refer to those policy documents and answer those questions. So we had at least one agent with a full bill of health on the passport. So even though the date of birth was just yesterday, we collected all of the stamps. So what we want to do is we want to stop onboarding employees and we want to welcome them. So I'll pass to Lydia for the demo.
Thanks, Shauna. Moving to the demo, it all starts when the hire BP is triggered. So the manager will see a card on their homepage to welcome the new joinees. So here's the card. Once you get in, you have to select the employee and set a tone and a message that you want to convey using the custom video. So here we have selected a message. Moving to next. Here they can upload a photo. Now it can pull the Workday photo, but what if Logan wants to create a selfie and upload here? So we are uploading a picture. And once you click on submit, this will trigger an orchestrate that will go and call the Gemini agent in Google Workspace. So we post all of this message on the Gemini Flash, which will create a narrative. And this narrative will then be input to VO, which will create the custom video. Now we have the video created and we'll wait for it to be previewed here. Meanwhile, we'll go to the new joinee experience. Here they'll see on their first day all of the videos from their manager, buddy, and a teammate. So we'll click on one of these and...
Hi, Shauna. Welcome to Workday. I am Julie, your Director of Payroll Operations. We are all so excited for you to start as our executive assistant.
So this is one of the videos that was generated. Along with the video generation, we also have a chat interface where you can chat with our onboarding agent. Now you can have any question input here in the text field, or we have top FAQ and onboarding questions listed as buttons where once you click on it, the message is sent to the agent and we'll see your response. And if you want further questions, it will show up all on the right side with the chat history. If you want to clear it, you can just clear the clear chat button and it's all gone. Next, what if you want to interact with your manager or a teammate to ask any queries? We can go ahead and schedule a meeting, pick up a slot, select your agenda, and hit submit. This has an integration with Google Calendars, so the time block will show up on your manager's calendar as well as yours. So here we see the time block. Now this scheduling can also be done via custom agent on Workday. So we have a scheduling agent. You just have to input the agenda and the date and time. It will ask which slot you want from the available ones. You can go ahead and select the slot and it will go ahead and schedule a meeting for you. So this is our onboarding agent for you. And coming back to the preview, now that the video is generated, looks like, yeah, we see a link and here is the video.
Logan here. I can confirm this video quality and avatar likeness look excellent.
And that's it from us. Thanks.
All right. Excellent work.
Awesome.
Good job, everybody. Okay, with that, we're going to our next fabulous team. See how well I can click this in front of all my friends. Team Hackerjacks.
Thank you.
Take it away.
So we are Team Hackerjacks, and we created the algorithm. So measure the vibe and schedule the fun. So here are some of the tools that we've used, including Pecan. What we see is that it's hard to take action on Pecan to get sentiment, really create that into actionable things. And we see that managers spend a lot of time in creating work events to turn up the team sentiment. It takes a lot of time. And also on the employee side, they spend a lot of time on all the admin that comes in going to an event. So we break the downward sentiment curve with algorithm. Already now, we have saved over 500 hours in internal work. We did that with an agent that reads data from Pecan and identifies the downward sentiment of a team and indicates you as a manager need to take action. That action can be taken by the event search and the event creation agent. You can use the agent to pick an event, schedule the perfect date, and also schedule the event itself. It can also book a time at the location. The event registration self-service agent, that takes care of the employee side of things, where it takes care of the registration, calendar invites, and also takes care of the expenses. So we used a lot of tools, but mainly Pipedream. So let's go into the demo. So we have our event agent here. So I can ask, hey, how my team is doing. You see the overview of the team here. Oh no, the sentiment is going down. So I need to do something about it. So let's find a restaurant. Can enter some nice information here in the UI. Say, hey, when do I want it? What time? Some other things here. And then it finds in Workday, hey, your location is San Fran. So let's find a nice restaurant there. All looks good. So let's schedule Perbaco restaurant. So let's go to the other agent for time's sake. Paste the follow-up. So now it's going to find out, oh, let's schedule a time at its restaurant, and also preferably a table next to the window, because we all like to look outside. Eventually, when the event is confirmed, it will be added to the work events. Oh, wait a second. Is that somebody's phone?
Yeah, that's a call indeed. Let's answer it. Hello, this is Parbaco.
Hi, I'm an AI agent helping Brandon Fahey make a reservation.
Yeah, we have tables available.
Great. I'd like to book a table for 6 people on June 15th at 6 p.m. If possible, we'd prefer a table next to a window.
Yeah, we have a table next to a window, but only available at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. works for us. Let's go with that. Could you please confirm the reservation for 6 people on June 15th at 7 p.m. under the name Brandon Fahey with a table next to the window?
Yeah, all confirmed. We'll wait for you there.
Thanks, so that's done. So what you see here is now executing the code, which means interpreting the conversation, translating it into here. You see the transcript here as well. And now it's up next to, interpret and make sure it all ends into Workday again. So, fun facts. We spent over 4 hours in getting only the phone thing working. While doing that, we found one bug in the Pipedream connector, which we fixed right away. Shout out to Diego.
Yeah.
We wasted 25 euros on international phone calls. So Workday, we need that price. And we spent, over 2 hours waiting on various calls to get it to work.
Nice.
So with that, we are breaking the downward sentiment curve with the algorithm. Thanks.
All right. Excellent job.
Hackerjacks.
Hackerjacks. Good job, everybody. All right.
Who we got next, Nick?
We've got table 22, interlay of the land. You guys ready? Nicely done. Let's go.
I work at NMAX. We are a utilities company based out of Calgary, Alberta. We have 700 plus drivers for the company driving fleet vehicles that are required to upload a minimum of 3 documents per driver that need to be manually analyzed to determine driver readiness. We also have to adhere to national safety codes and prove that we can audit that data at the end of the year. The biggest gap that we saw in our process was the candidate driver readiness. There's a lack of communication between our fleet teams and our recruiters. They're analyzing these drivers based on different criteria, which really ends up in that the driver is only evaluated after they've already been hired into the company, which is introducing risk. So we decided to take a candidate-first approach with this solution. The candidate enters into the app doing a driver's license ID verification. They will then have to upload a driver's abstract into the system, and the external AI agent is going to evaluate that and return back an assessment on whether or not we should hire the person based on the conditions of their driver's abstract. We are able to take that candidate profile once they're hired on and turn that right into the worker profile, so they don't need to get reassessed at any point in time. And when those documents expire over time, for our regular fleet drivers, we can push them back through this exact same process and have them reevaluate, recertify their driver documents so that we can ensure that they are ready, set, drive compliant at all times.
So we were really excited about the opportunity here with this specific problem, mostly because it provided us with the chance to try and see if we could figure out a way to bring Workday familiarity and reliability to a population that was not yet served by Extend and cannot actually be served by Extend, the candidate. So what we did was we split our problem into two: policy definition and actually serving the candidate. So to set up the policies and define the policies, we created a functionality in our Extend application to define the requirements and their policies in Workday. Right now here, what we've got is an experience where a recruiter is currently going through the assessment business process for a new candidate. On this screen, they actually see the requirement that has been identified for this candidate based on their job. In this case, they need to provide their driver's abstract and the policy and the regulatory source that governs it if there is one. On submission, a third-party agent that actually sits in AWS Bedrock receives that ping and then initiates a policy retrieval agent. And the reason we did it this way was because we wanted to capture the data on that requirement in Workday, convert it to a markdown document, take advantage of AWS guardrails, use a cheaper model, and then also spin up and instantiate a form which can then be sent to the candidate via email. In that form, they unlock it using Plaid identity verification, which gets us the driver's license. And now that we have the authenticated driver's license, we're then able to provide them with a third-party experience that allows the candidate to provide that documentation, that driver's abstract that they get from their local government. So in this scenario here, we actually have an individual in Alberta that's solving this, and then they unlock that experience, which allows them to drag and drop their abstract. An abstract looks like this, has some information about your conditions, if you have any health conditions, your demerit points, etc. They drag and drop that in, they hit submit. Now we've got another agent, the policy verification agent. This agent has runtime and a file system, which is really exciting for us because it allows them to compare the document that was provided by the candidate with a policy that is generated in that markdown in the file system using GPT OSS Safeguard, which is a great model for policy-based reasoning. We get all of that results and data back, bring it to an Extend action, a custom action in Extend, where the recruiter can now see the AI results and reasoning, and also some additional prompt for review, and they can make the decision to either accept the document, disposition it, or reject it. When they make that decision, it then goes to an approver, and then finally you have that candidate able to continue as part of their intake in that job application business process.
So the end result is a dashboard in Extend that allows us to track all of the statuses of our applications. This is our NSC audit requirement, and it allows us to quickly see any drivers that have failed validation, and we might have to revoke their driving privileges. We also took some production data, and we were able to prove out that 88% of our current fleet would be cleared in this AI agent already, saving time for those last 12% to be analyzed with more detail.
All right.
Great job.
So what we actually did was we created a business process in Workday Extend that using so fundamentally what it is we actually created a business process in Workday Extend that when the parent business process, which in this case is the assessment business process, and ultimately it can be any of assessment, offer, contract contingent worker, hire, and change job. Those are the 5 that we selected. It then on that custom action, which is assigned to the agent, an ISU, the interlay security agent, then triggers an orchestration that sends that payload to the agent that sits in AWS. And so from there, we perform the work. We actually set up our own ingest platform for us to have durable workflows in AWS. And then once we actually complete that work, we simply just post that back to another orchestration that gets that into the attachment object in an attach an MCO object and a normal MCO object that tracks the compliance session, and that then triggers a custom action that the...
Are you using our new MCP tools for that?
So we looked at, so we actually are using one of the new MCP tools for like retrieval, but we are obviously waiting to use a lot more of those tools as they come out.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Great job. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Super cool stuff. Thank you, Interlay of the Land. Next up, Tau Team Agentic Orchestrators. You ready? Take it away.
Thank you. What we built is a forensic agent called Iris. It has just one job. Look at the Workday tenant data and identify patterns. We give opportunity to the business users to define rules. Based on the rules, risk associated, we define there. The agent takes the data and the rules and comes up with the patterns. That patterns can be fraud, it can be waste, it can be abuse. And based on that, it creates a case with details about what the case is, with evidences and recommended actions to be taken, along with the audit trail, the reasoning it used to determine why this case is created.
So if I jump into the tenant here to show you how it works, the solution is built off of rules. So we built a number of custom objects in Workday here, starting with our rules that evaluate the fraud. So users can manually create these rules. You can see here these rules. The specific rule right here is a worker submits an expense to a vendor that they also created. So these rules span expenses, procurement, payroll, manual journal entries, and they also do expand across HCM and security as well. And I'll pass it to Doug to talk more about that.
One of the key areas that we all want to see when, at least with the security team, is definitely the issues that come about with security. And the agent that creates these, and you can see that they also are manually done, but the agent that creates them definitely provides a major benefit for the security team. One of the areas that was created, rules was created, was the privilege access, and that's critical for the security team because they don't want to give too much access to a team. And the security team can come in and adjust the risk to ensure that the right amount of risk, as you see David is doing right now, is put on each one of these rules.
Thanks, Doug. So like you mentioned, the user can manually create it. We've also created an agent, and one of the skills this agent has the ability to generate rules based on the data in the system. So we specifically asked it, what additional case rules would you create based on the data in the system? And you can see here it's returning some values as well that we may have not thought of as we were building this out. So what this all culminates to is these rules are then applied to transactions in the system, and it generates a case. And to generate those cases, we have a brief recording of how our agent works here. So as this runs, you can see on the right, I can simply ask Iris, what are my areas of risk in the system? And in this case, I'm asking it to return 3 things. And what it will return is it will return cases based on the transactions that are actually in the system. So we didn't even need to necessarily stage data in the system. This is just pulling directly from the data that's already there. And as you scroll down, you can see it's specifically capturing things like expense reports. It's capturing things like AP payments, requisitions in this case. And then finally, once these cases are created, once it identifies the cases, you can ask it to create the case for you and send it to that case dashboard. So if I jump back to the tenant, I can actually show you, this is a case that the agent just created in that demo, or it created in that demo. If I scroll down, it's connecting to an LLM to help kind of summarize that case and provide context, as well as providing a confidence score or a risk score here, and identifying the specific issues relevant to that case. If I go to a more blown out case here, you can actually see that it provides recommended actions for you to take as well to address this case. It also, when it comes to AI, trust but verify, it has an audit trail here as well that allows you to see how it arrived at its decision here. And then finally, if I click on this view scoring case, this will actually show me the rules that it identified for this case. Additionally, this can be kind of a what-if screen, so I can sit here and I can slide these. Maybe the specific case I know isn't as much of a risk. I can slide it, and you can see that it will specifically update the risk on the side here dynamically. Finally, the last thing to show here is we have some executive dashboards that we built, discovery boards that we built that show the show kind of the personas, what you would need to see from a risk perspective. And I'm going to pass it to Kilani.
Yep. So additionally, what we have done is we extended this agent to the external system. So right now we are using Microsoft Teams. So here we use the concept called Workday Everywhere. So whatever the case that agent is creating in Workday tenant automatically will be available in the Microsoft Teams. So the user can directly go ahead and look into the case severity, case status, and then the case description, everything in Microsoft Teams itself.
Excellent,
Great
excellent job. Thank you so much. Fabulous presentation. Thank you to Table 43. Next up,
all right. Next
we welcome.
Have answer to the ultimate question.
Everybody good? All right, take it away.
Hi, everyone. So we built a signal to action agent. Our team is made up of a few different consultants spread across Kanos, and obviously product statement. So we'll just set the scene with a meeting.
Let's start with your main goal this quarter. Ship the self-service benefits portal to general availability by September 30. Agreed. I'll own delivery end-to-end. Next, one of your reports, Beth Liu, did a great job leading the outage response last week. She kept the team calm and communicated clearly. Make sure she hears it. Absolutely. One more thing, the team is stretched thin. Add a task to open a position for a senior back-end engineer. Good call. I'll put that on my list. And while I have you, can I take next Friday off? I'd like a long weekend. That sounds like a great idea. Go ahead and put in the request. Thanks. I'll submit it.
So as you can see, she had a meeting there with a few different actions, and at the end, she also wanted a holiday, so requested that. And we've all had meetings like this where there's a bunch of actions that we take away, but quite often we jump immediately into another meeting, and we either don't get to them, or we have to come back later and manually input those from our transcription into Workday or other tools. So our agent is doing that for you. It's automating, getting the transcription, finding the meaning from it, and taking the actionable tasks, doing them automatically for you. And on the back of that, your meetings get a score for how many actions you've got, what items you took out of it, and essentially how productive your meeting was. So we do have a leaderboard that lets people compare that in a fun way and see across the organization who's making the most out of their meeting time.
All right, so we'll jump to a quick demo here. I'll swap over to the agent view here. You can see I'm in our agent here in the chat. And just as we sort of alluded to in the previous slide here, this agent is actually one that can be run headlessly, so that's actually one of the awesome things about it. You wouldn't necessarily need to go into the chat window. It can pick up your transcripts from Teams or Zoom or your meeting platform of choice. Of course, that doesn't necessarily make for a great demo, and you might have some meetings where you're on a customer's platform. So in those cases, you're able to get the transcript from the meeting as a text file and interact with the agent directly. So you can see here, I've attached a text file to the chat. I'm going to send it to the agent, and what it's going to do is it's going to interpret the transcript and pull out the different actions that we want to do within Workday. That's going to take a few minutes, so I'll jump forward to the output. So we can see here that the agent has identified 5 different actions that we want to take off the back of this meeting transcript. It's generated a table for us using A2UI, telling us what it's going to do. And it's stopped itself and asked us to just confirm that we want to go ahead with all of these actions. So we do, so we'll say yes. This is then going to go off to several of the Workday MCP tools and actually action those things within Workday. So putting the feedback in, submitting the goals for login. And those are using some of the Workday MCP tools that were available to us. For some of the actions where there wasn't an MCP tool available to us, we've created agent actions using orchestrations. So we've got one here for creating worker goals. We've got another one here for scheduling meetings in Google Calendar. So once the agent is done and it's executed all of those tools, it's going to come back and it's going to give you an output and let you know that all of those things were successful. And and that it's been confirmed in the Workday leaderboard. So one of the things we're doing with these transcripts and the meetings is we're storing them as business objects for the meetings and have a multi-instance relationship to the actions so that we can report on the meetings and the actions and the productivity of them. So we can see in Logan's history here all of the things that the agent has done. It's established the goal for her. It's created that position that was mentioned. It's put in the feedback for Beth Lou. It has put in the absence request for Logan, and it has sent out the calendar invite for the follow-up meeting. So as we can report on the score that the agent is giving for each of these meetings and the actions that is coming out of it, we have built this leaderboard application, which is sort of a fun way to see who within the company is having the most productive meetings, who has had the longest streak of meetings that have generated at least one action in Workday. We can also see an organization heat map here, where each supervisory organization is broken down by how productive their meetings have been over each month. So you can see which teams are having a lot of productive meetings and which teams are maybe lagging behind.
All right, and then looking at the benefits, the value that you get from this agent, you can see that as the companies get bigger and the number of agents actions increase, you get hours back and dollars back into your budget.
Amazing.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. All right, next up.
The Hack Stars. You ready?
Ready.
All right, take it away.
Hi, everyone. We're really excited to present to you a product that we built for the Office of the CFO. We're Hackstars from PwC. And first of all, our product statement. You've seen this a million times, so I'm just going to go into what we're actually solving for. So when you do project billing, every invoice that sits in draft status that hasn't been issued is money that's not yet sitting in your bank account. And that's something that we want to change. A lot of us in this room, including PwC, we provide services, and we basically want to collect cash faster. Now, a lot of you in this room also buy services from firms like ours, and you want to understand what are you paying for. And you may ask for statements that don't necessarily fit the templates that we want to provide you. Now, the project billing functionality in Workday is really robust. It's an amazing product, but there are some frictions that we want to solve for. First of all, how do you sift through hundreds, if not thousands of lines of billable transactions to see what you should be billing? And the other part, how do you have flexible statements that basically you can configure at the touch of a button? This is where our product comes in. So I want you all to say hi to Billy. Billy is not just cute. Billy is really good at their job. It's efficient, it detects anomalies, and it provides basically custom statements on a natural language interface. So it's an agent that lives within Workday. Now, it's really cool, but why would a CFO want this? If we took a look at an organization that's issuing 600 invoices a year, $15 million in basically receivables at any point in revenue at all the time, we are basically looking at reducing that invoice revision rate by maybe one cycle. That buys us about 5 days of day sales outstanding that we can basically advance. So by using a product like Billy, what the CFO ends up having is basically around $200,000 of working capital returned to the organization within the first 7 months. A year-on-year basis, 2,200 hours of effort saved, because Billy is also really fast. And if you look at a type of flex credit or a pay-as-you-go model, the NPV of this investment is basically right now being calculated at around $800,000. So I have my finance bro vest, but let's really look at what the product does. So I'm going to pass it off to Lars, who's going to talk more about Billy.
Thank you very much. So yeah, let's head into this demo. So what we are going to show you is that it's actually in the tenant live, and you can basically ask it the question, hey, can you help us with the project billing for this specific company? And it will actually look into all the projects that it has, and if there's only one project, like in this case, it will pull that in, and it will ask you if these parameters are actually okay for you. But it's not, because we want to actually aggregate on not on the employee level, but on the project role. And it understands it, it automatically does it, and it gives you all the billable transactions right here in this table. And it looks into it and does an AI anomaly analysis, and it then figures out, hey, there are a couple of things here that don't make sense. For example, we spend a lot of money on champagne during our go-live project. We probably shouldn't bill that to the client. So I say to them, hey, let's remove that from there. We're not going to delete it from Workday, but at least we're not going to put it in this billing cycle. So it actually removed those transactions. As you can see, it updates the table. It gives you the full anomaly report again, and it will actually show that we remove those two out of there. If it's fine for you, you can then continue with the process for creating the invoices. As you can see on the back end, it will do a lot of calculations done with the MCP Python that is provided so it doesn't hallucinate. And it will then show you a nice table where you can then say, hey, if this PDF is okay, let's submit it. It will start up the process for the create customer invoice in Workday, and it will also generate a PDF that you can immediately send to your client to make sure that their billing is okay and that we are not sending them anything for champagne. So, Billy in a box, very short. So we built it, of course, on the Workday platform, and we used a couple of innovation tools that were readily available for us. So we actually used the developer agent a lot. We contributed a lot to those token maxing, so too bad we were not on front, but okay. And then we have the MCP. We used a lot of different tools in there. We used ASOR to also register the agent, and we actually ran the agent passport to make sure that it was actually okay as well there. And with that, I want to hand it over to Laura.
All right. So we asked our clients, they wanted to have more flexibility. Now they're able to not only aggregate on a worker level, they can also do it by location or job role, as Lars has shown before. We increased the accuracy, no more champagne bills on the wrong invoices. And in the end, that helps us create a trustful relationship with our clients, so no more billing cycles, and actually get that time to cash down. And with that being left, only question left is this. Are you ready?
Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Hackstars. Thank you, Billy. All right,
Nick,
Joe.
who do we have next?
We got the Pickles. The Pickles, are you ready?
You
All
good?
right. Take it away.
Okay. Hi, everyone. We are the Pickles. We come from a company called Relish. At Relish, we specialize at fraud prevention and data verification. So when Workday opens the doors for agentic capabilities, we knew what to build. So every fraud starts, every story of fraud ends the same way. We pay them before we knew. So imagine you are an executive that manages 4,000 suppliers. Those suppliers were validated at time of onboarding. Between then and now, a lot of things can happen. So the supplier can change his bank account. There can be more sanction lists that you should be monitoring that you didn't at that time. Activity or investigations that can happen around that company. And you only get the information about that when the CFO calls you and tells you, hey, we already paid $600,000 to this company. And by that time, the fraud already happens. So you can see the problem here. The data to catch fraud already lives in Workday, but nobody is connecting these signals. So Workday knows when a bank account changes, what's the supplier activity, what invoices are due on Friday for payment, but none of that is connected. And by the time anyone knows, the payment is already out. So here is where our solution comes up. It's our KY expert agent. So we are finally connecting the data and connecting the dots. KY Experts connects Workday data to real-time verification signals by leveraging another agent that is our compliant agents built on Workday. So we can monitor bank account changes, invoice timings, sanction lists. Everything is taking care of each other. But the data was already there. We are just leveraging. We are leveraging the knowledge, the intelligence, the judgments, and we are transforming from only triggers to actual intelligence and identifying the patterns. That's what differentiates us with a regular workflow, because the agent understands the context, and understanding the context changes everything. Because it's not the same an account change of a 500 vendor with one that is due on Friday for 80,000.
Thank you, Estuardo. So we really wanted to absorb and utilize everything, and so we took a kitchen sink approach. But as it turns out, we actually needed it for several reasons. And so I'll jump right into the demo. here. And while it's playing, I'll just kind of talk through it. This is an agent that we deployed to Bedrock. It's connecting to a custom agent on Workday. And the reason we couldn't use a built-in tool was because compliance cuts across many different entities. We actually had, so our Workday agent actually can take in a prompt and then generate dynamic WQL, hit custom orchestrations, business objects, and all that. And so that's why it really was needed, the openness of Workday's ecosystem. So here you can see a user can say, I want to escalate a case. And this is what we mean by closing the loop. A user from chat can actually, after some analysis, it ends up as a task in somebody's inbox. And so that's what we mean by closing the loop. Just because you are outside of Workday, technically, it doesn't mean you still can't interact with Workday. And here you can see some custom dashboards. And the nice thing about this being an agent is now we can do A2UI. And so the user can now, on the side panel, ask questions and get nicely formatted results. Now, last thing we want to kind of go over is with a lot of agents, it starts to get confusing of who's doing what. So this is kind of where we're heading. Do I have any suppliers out of compliance? And you'll notice that the first thing we do is it reaches out to the Workday agent, pulls back some suppliers. But then it turns around right away and starts contacting validators. So it's validating bank information, address, supplier names. And so after it does this, all the results are nicely formatted on the right so you can see where the data is coming from. But then the middle panel still allows the user to continue querying for further follow-ups. And so here on the right, you can see if I click on Workday, you can see exactly what's coming from Workday, what's exactly coming from these external validators. Now, this is coming up with a conclusion, recommended actions. So again, similarly, this connects to a Workday agent, and the agent can then take action. So if I want to trigger onboarding, I hit OK. And you'll see on the right panel, if I go to Workday, it creates the tasks.
Awesome job.
Great job.
Seriously cool stuff. Thank you, Team Pickles. Very well done. All right, next up we have
28 sprints later. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, go for it.
So executive coaching was limited to really the elite. And we thought, what if we build an agent that allows more leaders to get active coaching? But then a zombie breakout happened and we had to pivot. So we built a survivor coaching agent because we are 28 sprints later. So this is Ruza and Bartosz, and they were the zombies hacking all night. We wanted to achieve 3 things during the hackathon. Build something with real business value. Leadership coaching is very important, and if you can do this at scale, it will make a massive impact. But we also wanted to have a little bit of fun. And we wanted to test 2 hypotheses about agentic architecture. So very briefly, we use extend as a memory layer. So the agent is constantly storing data about the coachee and making new hypotheses. We also have an eval agent that is using continuous improvement and is constantly looking at the transcripts from the coaching agent. And then after human approval, a third-party deployment agent will update the skills in default, send it to the developer agent so that constantly we see better results. We used a bunch of cool technology, but let's hit the demo. So this is the eval agent, and I'm going just to start this one first because it will take some time, and it's going to review all the transcripts from the survivor coach and see how it can improve. Here we have a transcript from the survivor coach, and we see that it's first asking about previous coaching sessions. You see I was stressed, there was a lot of threat, and I have a discussion that I needed to have a difficult conversation about the upcoming winter with my leader. And the cool thing is, the agent is constantly testing hypotheses, learning about the situation, learning about my relationship with Steve. And after a while, it suggests that we do actually a role play. He will be Steve, and this conversation is actually very insightful because it's constantly testing what is really behind it, like a real coach would do. After a while, it says, let's step out of the role play. It's asked me to evaluate, and I give my evaluation. And it also shares what his point of view is. Then it actually creates a focus area, influencing up for me. And it's posting that to my extend coaching record. And the fun thing is, it's also asking me when am I actually going to have that conversation with Steve. It actually adds that to the commitment record in the extend app. So here we have the extend app. You see when I have my last coaching session, it's linked to my calendar so I can see when new important moments are coming up, my active commitments, focus areas, but also hypotheses that my coach is exploring. And below I see all my recent sessions, a summary, how I started the conversation and how I ended the conversation. You can see what your coach knows about you, your communication style, your feedback style, leadership style. And you can also, via the UI, add new focus areas. You can even change the coach settings if it's very direct or maybe a little bit certain topics that are off limit. But now the cool stuff. So let's go to the eval agent that we've been running. And you see it has a skill proposal. It analyzed 9 transcripts and see that, okay, actually we are missing a certain section, crisis and resilience. And it uses a new skill, zombie handling. Approve or reject, let's approve. And now it's posting this to an extent business object. So here you see our test runs, and you see it's targeting the coaching skill conversation to be improved. And it has been approved. And now we are running a constant cron job via Cloud Code to check if there are new proposals to improve the skill. Let me just double check if it's already committed. So here you see that the build has been completed, and let's move to the App Hub, moment of truth. Fingers crossed. Drum roll. There we go. Updates available in the App Hub. If I now go here, I can see that there are changes. And it has updated the skills MD file. So I can see here the coaching conversation, and if I go here to the diff changes, you see that it's actually improving. The cool thing is, if you run this, and we take away the zombie jokes a little bit, you have a leadership coach that is constantly learning about your leaders, about your organization, about the challenges that you have. You have an agent that will be better and better over the years. And this way we can have executive coaching on a scale for an entire organization of 10,000 managers. And that's what we want to achieve as our team. Thank you.
Great job.
Awesome
Great
sauce.
work. The zombie pictures are my favorite. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Adorable.
Great job. Great job.
I
All right,
want
Nick.
one.
What do we have next?
I think we got table 4.
Zero Legacy.
Zero Legacy.
Good?
Ready?
We're ready.
All right.
Take it away.
We are Zero Legacy, Team Zero Legacy. We are a collaboration between Lyft and AI Technology Collective. We met here, came up with our ideas here, designed and built the whole thing right in the room. So the problem we're trying to solve is employees have lots of career growth data inside of Workday, but it's somewhat fragmented, hard to interpret, hard to find sometimes, and disconnected from meaningful action by the employee. Next slide. So we built the Career Insights Coach, which is really the Career Insights Agent. Agentic AI built on Workday, powered by Data Cloud. One conversation replaces hours of manual work because the agent joins performance, skills, calibration, succession, and open roles all in real time. It's personalized for every employee, actions, not just insights. As a part of the application, when you have the right insights, you can apply for the right roles, set goals, find mentors, and communicate directly with your manager via Slack from the application. This all happens inside of Workday through Workday Extend and Workday Extend agents. Enough out of me. Let's go ahead and demo, Austin.
All right, thank you, Andrew. So this is the landing page. This is Logan's landing page, and you can see a highlight of all of her career details. This is her current skills. This is where she currently is and where she's going on careers ahead of her. This is backed by a Prism Career Path data set and retrieved with WQL. All that data that Andrew was talking about, built together from all the different objects, can be ran through an AI agent. We actually have an API that calls out the Claude that'll run a career analysis for her. So when she clicks that, it'll come back with a deep career analysis showing her skill gaps, her growth areas, suggestions for training, and suggestions for possible positions that she can be interested in. She can actually apply to those directly with the links, or she can move on to the powerful part of the agent, which is using the chat interface. On the chat interface, she can ask questions safely without having to wait for anyone to drive her career forward. For example, she can ask, what skills do I need? How long have I been ready for my next role based on the calibration and succession rate that I have? How long do I have till I'm ready? The agent will go and retrieve all of that data and come back with a review showing her readiness, her current skills, her skill gaps, her opportunities, her journey, her career timeline, and provide links that can get her right to where she needs to be. Now, Logan's been here for a while. She's a little frustrated. She can react in the chat in ways that she couldn't outside of the agent. So she says, WTF, I've been in this role for freaking ever. Because this is an LLM, it comes back with a very responsible, helpful, encouraging response. It tells her, hey, we know you've been here for 25 years, which she has been at Workday in the same position for a long time. You're at 82% readiness. You have these skill gaps. This is how you move ahead. She can action from there from other items, such as her career paths, what courses she could take, really dive in and find the information she needs. We really enjoyed using the A to UI elements and learning what we can display beyond just text, and had a lot of fun helping Logan get to where she wants. Last of all, we have actionable items. You can, for example, she may want to send a Slack message to her manager saying, hey, let's have a conversation. How do we move there? She can have a chat here that calls out, makes that action, that message gets sent to Slack, and then she can have her manager add that to the calendar and interact from there.
So let's talk a little bit about the technology that we used to build this and the architecture. So we used 10 of the new technologies, Workday Extend, Developer Agent. We really liked using this not only for Extend, but for the agents. It iterated really well and allowed us to build this. An Extend agent with 4 skills. We used Prism. We used integrations with Cloud API, et cetera. My favorite was actually the Data Cloud live data query. Thank you. That's what fueled the chat. Let's take a look at the details of that. So we imagined how many reports and whatnot we'd have to write. We were able to hit 15 tables and do 9 fairly complicated joins automatically, bringing that in via directly and giving it to the agent. The best part was, in the old days, to write this in SQL would have taken me weeks, months, a year. I slept last night. So, really excited about this technology. Yeah, so just why does this matter? For organizations, it reduces employee churn, right? Turnover, because people have solid careers. Accelerates internal mobility decision by employees, shortens times to skill readiness, and cuts Andrew off at the last minute so that we can go back to you.
Great job. Well done. Got a rowdy crowd back there. Excellent job, Zero Legacy. All right, folks. Can we give it up for all of our finalists?
All the finalists. Great work.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and I want to give a big thank you to our judges. I do not envy you. Big task ahead. Our judges are going to deliberate.
Very cool stuff.
They're going to come up with the top 3, but we have a very important job for you. You are the crowd. You're going to vote, so we called it
the crowd vote.
The crowd vote. Here it is, folks.
Get your phones out.
Get your phones out. To make this happen, we have welcomed up the one, the only, Tony Gilfillan, everybody. Give it up for Team Tony. In the dark. Okay. There he is. There he is. He's hiding. All right. It is time for you to vote for your favorite. Go ahead, visit Slido, enter this code, or simply scan the QR code above to vote live. All right. Let her rip.
Yeah, go ahead. So Tony's going to open it up.
Oh, yes.
Should be able to see. Yep, here
Beautiful.
we go in real time.
Real
we
time.
are going to get data back. In real time.
In real time. We done it.
There,
Whoa,
there
boy.
There we go.
There it is. Fantastic. Don't let it sway you. Don't let it sway you. Vote your conscience.
Close. Look at this.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you for your hard work, Tony, sliding all these around. Wow. All right, folks. So we will let the crowd vote cook. Okay, and the winner will be revealed very soon.
Hiding on purpose.
I know.
On purpose.
All right. Yeah.
All right, it's go time.
It's go time, baby. Welcome back from intermission. We are getting to the moment you've been waiting for. We are getting to the winners. Joe, are you ready?
I am born ready, Nick. Let's go.
I love it. Folks, you've seen some incredible projects. We will cut to the chase. Again, huge thank you to our sponsors. Huge thank you to all of you.
Yes.
Huge thank you to our judges. Let's get to it. But first,
the crowd votes. You voted. Who is the winner of the crowd vote?
Drum roll, please. It's the Hackstars!
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Proud winners of Workday Store Credit, which actually goes a really long way. We got some sweet swag these days.
Absolutely.
So follow up with us after the event for details on receiving your prize. Next up, I would like to introduce our third prize winning team. Welcome to the stage, CTO of Platform, Jennifer Serrato. Come on down, Jennifer.
It's a long walk down.
It is a long walk.
Gotta kill some time.
We can bebop.
Hey everyone, so happy to be here. I've been at multiple DevCons and this one is one of the most exciting ones I've seen with all the cool tech. As you know, last year was more about building out applications. This year it's all about agents. So exciting, so much cool tech. I've been in software engineering for over 20 years and I think this is the most exciting time to be a developer. I'm actually thinking about getting back into it and hacking myself. So thank you everyone for sticking with us this week and being part of this amazing hackathon and this amazing community. Now for third place, we picked a team that used all the cool tech. They used A to A, they used A to UI, they surfaced through Gemini Enterprise, they leveraged Pipedream, integrated with things like Slack, Jira. They also used Agent Passport. So if that didn't give it away, third place winner is a Woo Club token planning agent.
You guys come on down. We'd love to get a photo with you.
Come on up, stage. Come on up. Congratulations.
It's a long walk, but we believe it.
A long walk. Let's see. Sorry, guys, there's no shortcut.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Looking great, though. Give it up for the Woo Club. Okay, wait. Yeah, we'll come back around, up and around. Yeah. Follow the person gesturing wildly. Is that Devin? Give it up for Devin. Devin. All right.
Devin.
It's like the fifth time Waterloo's played.
Jennifer, anything else about the solution that you saw?
Yeah.
In my day-to-day role now, I talk to a lot of CIOs, CTOs. We're thinking about the future, managing not only human labor, but digital labor, right? And tokens are behind that. And I think everybody's in the early stages of trying to figure out how are we going to manage these tokens and how do we figure out how we're getting charged. And so this was a really cool use case that I see is going to be super valuable for a lot of organizations out there.
Big agree. Well said. Come on down. Team of Woo, so proud of you. Repeat podium finish, no big deal. I think we'll grab a picture together. Yeah, we'll stay out of your way. All right.
Congrats.
Great work. Congratulations.
All right, now on to our second place team. For that, I would like to welcome up GM of Developer Platform, Jay Wizarkowski.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Love it. Hello, DevCon. It's good to be with all of you again. Just before I get into it, just on behalf of Joe and Nick and the whole team, just thank you. This event doesn't happen without you, and you guys, as the hackers, bring the ultimate energy to close this home. So just give yourself a round of applause. Thanks for being with us this week. So I think it was 2 days ago was our keynote.
Yes.
And I actually talked a lot about the idea of bringing enterprise truth into the system and all of you really defining how the world works. And our second place winner here really embraced the idea of saying, the space we live in sometimes as Workday developers is really difficult, and it's important that when agents are operating on something that has real impact, they're running lawfully inside the system and they get it right. And in this case, the ledger is the thing we're talking about. And so with this team, they took on something really challenging, which is collecting cash checking all the way down the stack with full traceability and audit. You know, the transactions all the way into expense reports and all the way back over to the ledger, bringing lawfulness to something that's really challenging, but also making life easy on users. And so without further ado, our second place winner, Hackstars.
Hackstars, congratulations. Come on down.
Congratulations.
Come on up and over and down.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah. Always takes me back to School of Rock. Iron Man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool.
Thank you, Iris, for getting us this fancy trophy.
All right. The last part of winning the hackathon. I
told you it was worth it.
Getting a prize is the marathon that you have to walk around the stage and come get your award. Just congratulations, you finished the last step.
Yeah. And all finalists.
Completed the agent trace.
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever works.
Congratulations, miss. You good?
All right. Nailed it.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats. We're super awesome. Because I see all of our folks taking lovely seats. Just FYI, all finalists will do a group picture no matter what happens next. So don't get too cozy. All right. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, please welcome our Chief Information Officer, Ronnie Johnson. Thank you.
So I think I'm the only one standing between you guys and your planes or your parties. So let's get this going. All right. So I have the honor of announcing this #1 spot. But I want to say a couple things first. This is my first Workday DevCon.
Yeah.
This has
Welcome.
been incredible.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful experience, and I'm learning so much from you all. And frankly, this top prize is actually being awarded to a team that actually is inventing something that we, internal to Workday BT, are actually working on. So I'm going to take a couple of ideas from this. But we chose this team because they embraced the hackathon mindset. They really did the work here. They had a great use of Workday tech, specifically the developer agent and Data Cloud. They also were a customer and partner team, if I'm giving away some hints here. And then most importantly, really in the agentic era, their use case focused on things that really serve the employee, helping them build their own skills, helping them hone skills, build skills, and frankly, empowering employees to actually build amazing careers. So, drum roll maybe?
Drum roll.
Our top prize is going to Zero Legacy.
Oh, snap! Come on down. Here with the hackathon winners, Team Zero Legacy.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
Great work. Great work.
Absolutely incredible. Partner customer team. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't you just retire? Why are you here?
Semi-retired.
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 Semi's doing a lot of work there.
I'm here on vacation having fun.
Yeah, I'll say.
DevCon is fun. DevCon's an absolute blast. Now, guys, you built something absolutely amazing in less than 24 hours. Just how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling to be the winners of this amazing event, building with all of this new technology? Just walk us through how you're feeling right now.
Honestly, pretty shocked and grateful to have great partners and be paired up with an amazing team from Lyft. Those guys cranked out the work. Yeah, it all went really well.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Walk me through building your project. Did you have ideas coming in? Like, how did that progress over the night, I guess, shall I say?
Yeah. So yeah, we started with a different idea at first. So when we jumped into a different idea, Doug Lee showed up and said, "Why are you building this? We already have it." So then
Doug Lee?
2.5 hours.
The guy who made Workday Studio.
Yeah.
Why are you building this?
Yeah, because
he
we
introduced us to Studio Builder.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to do something else.
That's where we knew Studio Builder existed, and it's an amazing product, by the way. And then we pivoted 2.5 hours later with new ideas jumping in, and we all voted. I think we used LLMs to, organize our work, and Developer Agent is pretty great to accelerate what we have been doing. So I think we are here. It's surprising, and it's awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, Austin, when you were building this out and you were thinking about all the cool use cases and looking at this technology, walk us through just how you just thought about this. Like, did you start with one piece of technology? Did you keep adding things on? I guess, how did it all come together for you guys?
Yeah, we really started with a good idea, a foundational idea that we knew would work for actual customers, something they needed, something that would work for them. And then we layered in all the GitHub information, everything that we wanted to use. Like, I love geeking out on new stuff. So we leveraged large language models to help us build the use case, to think about ideas, and just the fun ways we can do it, and exchange and grow and build something amazing with a good team. So it was an awesome experience.
Awesome, awesome. Congratulations, guys. Nick, anything else?
Yeah, were there any bumps? Like any cold sweat moments? Like, I'm sure there was high drama at some point.
I can share one. The nature of generative AI are things don't always go exactly as you plan when you rehearse. So we were making small edits moments before we were ready to demo, but small, yes. Yeah, yeah. I was teasing the guys I was going to make changes before we presented on the big stage, but I was shut down for that. But, so that was one little bump, is just adjusting that and learning how to prompt to control that a little better. So.
All right, were there like favorite features? Like you mentioned, we had what, like 30, 40 different things? Like was there anything you weren't expecting? I know you mentioned Studio Builder, but anything else come to mind?
Yeah, for me it was Data Cloud. And the combination of AI and Data Cloud was super powerful to be able to put together, 15 different tables and join them in a very complex manner without really writing any code, any SQL code myself, was incredible.
You said it would have taken weeks, right?
It would have taken weeks or months.
Wow.
To write all that.
Wow.
Back in the day, and with the developer agent, it just pieced it together, and I saw the first query come back, and I was like, wow, I want that in my job.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Any advice to the folks that want to win? Any advice to folks that want to win next year?
I think start with a good use case and team collaboration. It's a team effort, obviously, but use case is something that really mattered. And use the technology. Find every tool that Workday has a use case that we can think of. It's just you have to think of what to do and how to connect the dots. Something that's why we are here. So use everything you have at your hand.
Excellent.
And thanks for sharing that GitHub repo. It really helped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent.
It helped us understand that those tools existed.
And you participated not just as a partner and customer team, but as a hybrid team. You had some digital teammates join you, right? Let's give them a shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Wendy Kirk, working in the background all night with us. Did a great job, helped prep all the slides and everything. That was really great. And Bala, who was here and is not here to enjoy the glory, and he was a workhorse. So thanks for all your work, Bala.
Big shout out to the whole team. Congratulations again.
Congrats, everybody.
Very well done. Well deserved.